I always expect that freer markets will outperform in the long run, but you can definitely zoom in on those certain periods and see periods of underperformance. So like 2024 was a period of underperformance because China outperformed that year and we didn't have any allocation to China. That's the strategy. In the beginning of 2020, so first half of COVID, you saw underperformance because China outperformed the world. But then, in periods of recovery, the freer countries really shine. So second half of 2020, 2025, these types of periods where, the freer markets really kind of outperform. And even, in 2025 was an anomaly where China outperformed broad emerging markets, but we still outperformed both broad emerging markets, ex-China, and China itself. So it's not just a China story. And really, you've seen the freer markets, they have more sustainable growth. So their growth is not debt-driven or state-mandated. They have more resilience. They do recover faster from drawdowns. And that's really what investors are investing for. If you don't believe that there's going to be recoveries, why are we investing, right? So that's where we want to be. And then, the more efficient use of both human and economic capital. There's less capital flight and capital destruction. But also we see institutions, the strength of institutions and checks and balances kind of showing up in some of these emerging markets better than developed markets sometimes. You saw, in South Korea last year, the guy that, declared martial law just unilaterally, now he's in jail, right? So it's the president. So these types of things, Chile, past few years had a very anti-business government who was unable to accomplish anything because anytime they came out with a referendum, the voters came out in droves and voted it down. Poland, now you see a lot of government accountability for some more checks and balances than they had in previous years. So all of these kind of are stories of stronger institutions, stronger rule of law, stronger protections for individuals and investors, and that, has led to better returns. But, everyone's a genius when the market's going your way, right? So right now is one of those times. And, we know that we can't always expect that. So the strategy is designed to kind of track the, broad emerging markets more closely than it has been.
Sure.
And, I think investors should expect that, the returns that we've seen, don't expect that every year.